So, James Cameron's Avatar. First time I watched it, blech. I didn't like it. It was not a good movie. But, as I have discovered many times in the past, sometimes it really takes, a second viewing to fully appreciate something. While I can't say I fully appreciated Avatar after the second time I watched it, I have to admit, wasn't as bad as I thought it was. But God, it's far from flawless. Like, it had some good ideas, it had some pretty good effects, gorgeous effects, and it was overall entertaining, but it's nowhere near as good as it could have been, might have been. Well, it was nowhere near what it could have been. Well, what's good about Avatar? Well, the visuals are pretty nice. I mean, they're fucking gorgeous, beautiful landscapes, beautiful designs, beautiful everything when it comes to the CGI and the visual effects. I don't think you'll find many people who argue that Avatar is not beautiful looking. I mean, are you ever under the illusion that what you're seeing is real? Of course not, but damn, they're still pretty fucking beautiful. And I do really like the world that this story is set in. Is it illogical as fuck? Hell the fuck yes! But it's still a very pretty environment, and the animals and wildlife, as ridiculously out there as they are pretty cool. As a matter of fact, the most interesting part of the movie for me was when the characters were just going out and exploring the world and learning about it, learning about the culture of the natives, or, the wildlife, the fauna, everything about the planet, and them just going out and learning about it and exploring it. And when the main character is learning about the culture of the Na'vi people, when he's learning how they do things, their connection with nature, and all that, those were easily the best parts of the movie for me. And there was also a lot of great action scenes too, but even some of these slip into complete absurdity. The slow-mo scenes with that choir are ridiculous and really soil the action. As a matter of fact, I found James Horner's score rather lacking, which is a huge disappointment, because he made some of my favorite scores of all time. And also, Sam Worthington's character is not all that interesting, and aside from the parts I've already mentioned, the plot is not that interesting. If the movie was just our main character learning about the culture of the natives and exploring the planet and the world, then I think this movie would have been fine. Not great, but better. But of course, you have to have the big bad corporation and the big bad executive. Oh God, really? You couldn't make it any more obvious? And of course, the big bad colonialist colonel, who is by far the most over-the-top military commander I've seen in any movie, and not in the good, funny way either. And just what the fuck is this guy's beef? Why does he want to kill the Na'vi and the main character so much? Is he just doing it for the money? Is he trying to make ends meet? Revenge for people the Na'vi killed? Why? Strangely enough, we're never told. So, I guess we'll have to go with the only other one-dimensional option there is. And that pretty much sums up the movie. One-dimensional, overly simple, overly manipulative. Although, a lot of people say that the Na'vi are too perfect. Well, I beg to differ. I find them fucking creepy. But a movie's first job is to entertain, and overall, yeah, I was entertained. It had good ideas, it had good visuals, and it was interesting at parts, but it just wasn't brought to its full potential. If it really even had that much potential to begin with. If you agree or disagree with this video, be sure to discuss in the comments section, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also be sure to check out my blog at The Critical Canucks at blogspot.ca, and also be sure to follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook, all that jazz. Links to all those are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll be seeing you next time. Peace out, everybody.